Good morning.
Hey, Angela. We're back. We're back.
Woo!
We have done question 1, 2, and 3 on this series of working our way through all 10 referendum questions. And you know what has been really cool is as we're working our way through these, you and I both have the opportunity to share kind of a presentation on them with people in smaller group settings. I had another one last night that I did here in Sherwood Park in Strathcona County. And the response of walking through these referendum questions has been phenomenal because people look at them and go, what am I reading? Why is that so long? What is going on here? And even the feedback online has been really good too, hasn't it?
It has been. Yeah, people are appreciating it. So we're excited to do question 4 today.
Question four. So we are making our way through. These are all the questions on immigration. We're doing all the immigration ones first, and then we'll.
Well, and you know what, Kathy, before we jump in on that, maybe we should, in case someone has not seen videos 1, 2, and 3, we should just say that we are with the Alberta Women for Independence. We are a registered third-party advertiser, so we can legally speak to these things under the rules, regulations of Elections Alberta. And we are focusing our third-party advertiser on the educational aspect of getting people ready for the referendum so that when they walk into that voting booth on October 19th, 2026, it's not the first time they've seen or heard or thought about these questions. They are prepared. They know how they want to vote. They have done a little research, learned a little bit about the different issues that are being brought to us to vote upon, and away they go.
And away they go, and have it settled in their own minds and hearts.
Exactly.
Because some of them kind of tug on the heartstrings a little bit, intentionally, unintentionally, hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
But we do know that they're all written in a way that is so stinking confusing that the hope is confused minds won't make a decision and probably just vote no. And
we don't want that.
We don't want that. So our mission is to make sure that as many Albertans as possible have reviewed these questions, and then you have voted for the way you think it should go, which of course we think is yes. But yes, and thank you for pointing out. I forget we do these all in kind of succession, and I forget we need to do the whole introduction thing, like who we are and what we're doing. So my apologies.
There you go.
That up.
No worries.
Question 4. Assuming that all Canadian citizens and permanent residents continue to qualify for public health care and education as they do now, do you support the government of Alberta charging a reasonable fee or premium to individuals with a non-permanent immigration status living in Alberta for their and their families' use of the healthcare and education system?
Well,
that's a mouthful.
It's also
that's a lot of words.
I mean, it's a lot of words. Okay, so they're basically saying you got someone, they are not a citizen and they are not a permanent resident, and they are here. And the government is saying, if they show up at the hospital, should we charge them for the services that we give them?
Right.
Yes. Yes, you should.
Yes. So to narrow this down as to who we're talking about temporary foreign workers.
Temporary foreign workers. And I mean, I don't know, I read an article, when was it, a year or two ago, about somebody that came over from overseas to visit family members, and they did not have travel insurance, and then they ended up with a massive bill because like something majorly went wrong. It was an elderly person. Something majorly went wrong, and then the family was crying that they had to pay this bill. But you know what? Like, I've traveled quite a bit, and there's been a couple times I can think of where I had to access healthcare. Nothing major, but over something that needed to be addressed right away. You know, I had a little accident or whatever. And you pull out the credit card and you pay for it because you have received a service.
Yep. The other one that would probably come under this are foreign students.
Yes.
Would come under this. Anybody who is not a permanent resident or Canadian citizen would fall under this.
And you know what? There's things that people can do. Like when my husband first came to Canada, so he applied for his permanent residency from within Canada. So there was a time when he was living here and he was considered to be in process, but he did not have his permanent residency yet. And so he did not have access to healthcare or anything. But like I used to sell travel insurance for people who were going to the States, but it's also the other way around. If people are coming from another country, they can purchase emergency health insurance here in Canada to cover them. It's called being responsible.
That's it. You know what? And that conversation came up last night. Someone said, well, then what happens? If something happens, how do they get healthcare? And I said, you get travel insurance. Just like we would get travel insurance to go anywhere else. They would get some sort of health insurance while working or going to school here. It's the same thing. And then I had another lady say, but if someone is working here, they already are paying taxes. So they are paying into the system. How come they can't withdraw? Well, they're paying into taxes, but you have to understand the amount of taxes, whether it's federal or provincial, that they're paying into. A portion of those taxes goes into this piggy bank, and then the next portion goes into that piggy bank, and the next portion goes into that piggy bank. So if you only have $20 in the healthcare piggy bank and you had a heart attack, that $20 is not going to cover what it's going to cost to treat you and make sure you're cared for when you're having that heart attack. So you need to have something supplemental in there until you have contributed enough to the piggy bank to be able to handle anything that we hope doesn't happen. I mean, nobody wants anybody to need healthcare.
Right.
But nevertheless, and then the same goes for the education system. If you have not been here long enough to have contributed in some way, shape, or form to the piggy bank that covers the taxes piggy bank that covers the healthcare system, you can't ask the rest of us to cover that for you until you catch up. That's how it sinks. That's not all, high tides rise all ships. That's the opposite.
Right.
The exact opposite.
Yeah.
So to me, this is kind of a no-brainer. And it's not cold-hearted to say that if you are not a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident, that you should not qualify for public health care and education. That's not cold-hearted at all. It wouldn't be any different if we went somewhere else for us.
Well, it isn't. And that's been my experience. If I go somewhere and I get a service, I pay for it.
That's how it should be.
Yes.
It's how it should be. So for question 4, we are going to encourage all Albertans to vote.
Yes.
All right. Shall we move on to question 5?
Yes. We'll see you in the next video.
All right.